I hope everyone had an amazing, affordable Thanksgiving. The most affordable Thanksgiving maybe ever. The Walmart Thanksgiving basket was 25% down this year. And sure, it had 18 items this year instead of 25, and they were all great value brand. And the turkey was AI generated. Um, and Campbell's chicken noodle soup is now 3D printed using bioengineered Republican baby fetuses. But still, show a little gratitude, you fucking ingrates. For real. Thanks to our president, the price of Ozempic is down 10,000%. All right. The pharmacy will pay you to shoot up Ozempic so you can stop complaining about what's not in the Walmart Thanksgiving basket. That's where it's at. But
Don't you don't you think the fact that you have to shop for Thanksgiving at Walmart is a bad enough sign?
yeah, yeah, I mean,
The
I would.
Goodwill basket is even 20% lower than that. Used food. Used food you can trust.
Yeah, I was a Target shopper, before they went full fast, and that was under Biden. But yeah, that's sort of be signing up. If you have to go anywhere near great value, something is deeply fucking wrong. But like, come on, like 25 items to 18, and like we've all tasted great value. All right, nobody is savoring a great value Thanksgiving meal. But here's the thing, making America affordable will require work, reflection. And after November's godless, unlubed, democratic gaping at the polls, after getting politically fisted by the electorate, really, DP'd by the popular vote, like raw dog by democracy. I can keep going all day. All right. Passed around by the swinger voters. My my fellow Trump swallowers. All right. There are two major issues we have to gargle with. One, why was I low key kind of into it? Yeah, I know I'm not alone. All right. I've gotten all your DMs on Grindr. I know what's going on. A lot of Republicans were pretty much into that train, that people ran on JD Vance's half brother during that November election. And and two, how do we better communicate to voters that starving 40 million of them and taking away their health care is actually fucking based. All right, woke is dead. All right, malnutrition and medical debt are in, guys. Like, it's shocking, like I feel like I'm like talking down to Tony a little bit here because he's so obviously Missourian just by looking at him. But like, why can't these stupid voters in Missouri, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, California, New York, Mississippi, see that anemia is fucking alpha? That's where it's at. Why are all these selfish assholes just unwilling to, like, let your kids skip a few Lunchables, all right, to help the war on woke effort? Like, children can skip breakfast, for Christ's sake. It's called intermittent freedom. Like,
We have the Missouri slogan. Kids don't need no food. What you want food for?
woke is dead, guys. All right, malnutrition and medical debt are in. Sit your libtard kids down and explain to them, like, Timmy, if I give you this extra Lunchable, Christy Nome is not going to have the money she needs to stop the radical left Antifa terrorist chickens, all right, destroying our country.
Every dollar spent on welfare for kids is the dollar taken away from Christie for Botox?
As it should be, as it should be. Like, yeah, every extra gram of nourishment, for your kid Timmy is one more brown guy performing at the Super Bowl halftime show, folks. That's what was on Fox News last night. One more Lunchable for Timmy, one more black guy shamelessly rocking a tan suit. National disgrace. Timmy, in this family, we skip the bread. Vote red. Make no mistake, though, guys. Like, Trump will make America affordable. How? 2 words. Nuclear testing. All right? We are, oh my God, I got so many comments about how I pronounce nuclear. Very much on purpose, by the way. But we are one Pete Kegsbreath whiskey blackout away from never having to worry about health insurance premiums ever again. All right. Just one little Trump tantrum away from, finally curing pre-existing conditions permanently. Like, it's not that things will be more affordable, ladies and gentlemen. There won't be any things. We'll wipe out inflation and everything else. Like, don't you see, if there's nothing to buy, you won't feel bad about not being able to buy it. Like, Trump will end his 9th war, the trade war, with a nuclear war. 100% tariffs on existence. It's an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term. Nuclear war. There'll be nothing to buy, and you won't feel like shit about working 40 hours a week and still potentially needing food assistance and being told you're a leech who doesn't deserve it, while this morbidly obese pedophile holds a Great Gatsby party for him and all his pedophile friends. And if none of that works, all right, the backup plan for making America affordable, just invade Mexico. That's what we'll do. Not because of the cartels, but to undeport all the Home Depot workers. Because there's no one to build shit anymore. And apparently ballrooms cost $350 million fucking dollars now. Trump is so desperate to make America affordable. That he actually blew Zoran Mamdani in the middle of the Oval Office. And literally just because RFK told him affordability is sexually transmitted. Yeah.
Can I say this? I don't know how many of you had the same reaction as I did when the story of Trump blowing Bill Clinton, and there's no nice way to put that. There's no nice way to put it. Fillet sounds even filthier. When the story came out of Donald Trump blowing Bill Clinton, I had 2 thoughts back to back, and they both only had one word. They were, no. It was like, how many people at first go, that's impossible. You go, oh, wait a minute. Hey, can I ask you a question? May I ask you a question, sir?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this the part of the podcast where we start talking about peptides, like we're just talking about it normally, but it's really a secret way to sell peptides?
Usually about a third of the way in is when I start shilling the real moneymaker, the products. Like, I was going to save it till the end, but like everybody here tonight has to go to my Instagram profile. Make sure you buy my passive aggressive income masterclass, which will teach you how I make $200,000 a month. Using ChatGPT to AI generate a Campbell's cream of mushroom soup. All right, but here's the trick: you got to generate it using ChatGPT, and you turn around and you sell it to the same degenerates buying Sydney Sweeney's bathwater.
That's right, bro. That's right, bro.
But my God, that Mamdani meeting, that was like watching that episode of Game of Thrones where Tyrion and Bronn are trying to figure out what the fuck Podrick did to those girls. If there's any Game of Thrones fans in, and they can't figure out what the fuck Podrick did to those girls. Like either Zoran is a dick magician, or Trump blew one Democrat and he can't get enough now. Like, he- either Zoran's packing wizardry or Trump just became partisan. Like, man's got a type now. He's got a type. He's hooked on that progressive protein now. Like that was a bipartisan blowjob we witnessed out there. It took one 30-minute meeting for Trump to go from calling him a communist to come back to bed, Zaddy. That's how that went down. And then Zoran got asked about one of the Fox News gotcha journalists asked him about calling Trump a fascist, and then Trump excitedly tells a reporter, Zoran can call him whatever he wants as long as he's using the furry handcuffs. And by the way, notice like this dude has been such a fucking vile piece of shit to female reporters over the last 2 weeks, like the whole like quiet Miss Piggy thing, and then what did he say yesterday? Like,
you're ugly. Are you a stupid person?
Yeah, there was no in there, by the way. It was you're stupid person. Like the brain is melting in real time. Like you're stupid person. You're stupid person. Are you a stupid person? He's just been doing that. And he would never in a million years talk to Zoran like that. That's where I'm going with this. The sheer lack of
I'm looking at the picture you have up there of Trump and Zoran, and it never occurred to me, but from that angle, he kind of looks like a younger, cuter, hotter version of J.D. Vance. So
yeah,
he just might be onto like a younger vice president.
Are we sure he didn't just think he was like Kash Patel or something? He's like, holy shit, you've really cleaned up, Cash. Like, wow, you got like you're sounding confident all of a sudden. Maybe I won't.
Did you
fire
get an eye job? Your eyes ain't all bugged out.
Maybe I won't fire you. Which I heard about that right before we came on. There's like it's rumored that Kash Patel could be fired like as early as next month. Because after that new Twitter update revealed that he's actually brown, and Trump finally found out.
Well, you know why they're waiting to the end of the month, don't you? Because scientists are just this close now to be able to clone Goebbels from.
Oh my God.
Once you're able to clone Goebbels, make a replica.
The rumor is the White House is looking for an immediate replacement for Usha Vance. Sadly, it will be sad to see her go, but it's like I always say, guys. Tokens get spent. There's a reason. Vivek Ramaswamy is also out there on like the Turning Point USA talking tours, and like every tour stop. I don't know if you guys have seen these clips. Like these like white supremacist like Nazi youth kids walk up to the microphone and they straight up tell Vivek Ramaswamy to fuck off and that they're never gonna vote for him. It's like national humiliation tour. I swear. I watch the clips every time because I'm like, how long did you think that was gonna last? Where like you could play, I'm in with them. Yeah, they're cool with me. Like Candace Owens didn't get invited to Charlie Kirk's funeral. Why? Because tokens get spent. Back to this meeting with Zoran. Like very buddy, flirting with him. Maybe Trump like took Marjorie's advice, ending the toxicity, giving a reach around across the aisle. Yeah. By the way, I love that. I love that Marjorie said, we need to throw out all this toxic all this toxic political garbage, and then just immediately threw herself out. Which there was Marjorie Taylor Greene.
First step towards healing the country. I quit.
I just hope she finally, goes and starts filming The Wrestler too, because that was an incredible movie. She got completely shafted for that Oscar the first time. Extremely well deserved.
Just
Um, I'll be honest. I made a video a couple weeks ago where I said like Marjorie's like pulling the most Game of Thrones shit we've seen on Trump in a long time, because she came out and she was so like poised, and she was like establishing like this contrast to him, and like actually kicking his ass, in my opinion, in the public eye. I'm like, she's making moves over here, and then she just fucking quits. So I don't know anymore. Maybe she'll.
Look, if you notice, there's a slight burn on her forehead from where the laser dot has been pointed every night when she goes to bed now through
Oh
the
my
window.
Oh my god.
That a Jewish space laser?
Yeah, that she probably thinks it's the Jewish space laser. Back to this this Mamdani thing. Trump swallowing that Mamdani milkshake. You know what that means? That means every Trump swallower is now a contact socialist. That's how that works. It is all, RFK was right. It is sexually transmitted, and it will only hurt in the midterms.
Hello, Department of Health. Department of Health, can you tell us the last 3 Republicans you've been in contact with? Because you now have Mamdani mouth.
Trust me, though, that load did not go down easy for Trump's base, because like all we heard for like 6 months was, Zoran, Mamdani should be deported, before he institutes Shakira law, like basically another 9/11, folks, but woke. Like my hips don't lie, but Zohan Mamdani does. Like he told us he wasn't radical. And then he goes out and proposes housing people indoors. Indoors, folks. Like, he's basically Osama bin Bernie. All right? Trying to slap a 2% tax hike on New Yorkers barely hanging on to their third yachts. And, like, I'd like to see you libtards try to survive on just one private island, all right? You ever tried sharing a butler? It's fucking brutal, all right? Like 2%, 2. You know what else came in 2s? The fucking planes. That is what that is where New York City is heading, ladies and gentlemen. MAGA spent 6 months just regurgitating Fox News talking points about Mamdani wanting Sharia law and child brides and shit. All while, just slurping the egg whites out of the main character in the Epstein files. And by the way, that's an old trick of the trade. Instead of saying blowing this dude or giving this dude a blowjob, which can get you banned from Instagram, surprisingly, slurping the egg whites, that's the craftsman, artisan way to imply, this kind of degeneracy. It makes you more creative.
Well, he's slurping the egg whites again. Yes, he's slurping the egg whites again.
MAGAs just want to protect the unborn, so they can get the okay from Megyn Kelly to date him at 15. That's what this is all about. Like at this rate, like Project 2028 needs to be to catch a predator. All right. Excuse me. To catch a president. Like there's a reason, when journalists ask about the Epstein files, Trump tries to get the fuck out of there. Like Chris Hansen just walked out from behind the curtain. Like sitting there like where's that picture I was looking for? This is the one. He's just sitting there, looking like he just heard the decoy say, "Hi, I'm just gonna get changed real quick. Have some sweet tea.
I gotta do some laundry."
And then Hanson walks. Hey, what's going on, Donald? Hey, keep your tiny hands where I can see them. What are you up to tonight, Donald?
Just came by to say hi to a friend.
You're just saying hello to a young patriot, pre-voting age, future voter. Very, very cool. Barely legal, Chris.
You know what would be great? Chris Hansen actually works for NBC. He's actually a news person. Put him in the press pool. Hansen in the press pool.
Well, hello. Why did you think it was appropriate to meet up with a 15-year-old girl, Donald? I didn't know she was 15. You're telling me now for the first time we'll have to take a look. But also, Megan Kelly told me it was okay. She said, if you have cataracts, she looks a little older. That is why we need to have Chris Hansen in the press pool. He's got to be in there, all right? Like, what is Trump going to... He's not going to call Chris Hansen, Miss Piggy. He's going to be like, Chris, you're treating me so unfairly. You won't even give me a little credit for blowing Bill Clinton. Like, Chris, I gave him a tremendous blowing. It was an absolute landslide. I gave him the oral mandate. Unbelievable ratings on that Bubba BJ.
This is a beautiful blowjob.
The golden age of blowing has begun. If Chris Hansen was in the press pool and Trump was at the podium and Caroline Levin was standing next to him, Chris Hansen would stand and go, well, hello. And all of a sudden Levin would go, I got to go get some
I got
sweet
to put
tea.
some laundry in. Donald, there's something you should know. I'm Chris Hansen with Dayline NBC, and we're doing a show called To Catch a President. And you're among our first guests. Yeah, we've got J.D. Vance on tomorrow's show. You busted him last night during our Ashley Furniture Home Store sting. Busted him trying to bust a nut inside a lazy boy. Then, of course, in retaliation, talking about all the pedo stuff, the House votes to release the Epstein files, goes to the Senate, and then Trump pretty much has to sign it. But in retaliation, Trump threatens to hang a bunch of Democrats, which we talked about, Mark Kelly and stuff. Like, anybody notice, like, the reaction to all that was a bit, like, pathetic. Like, even from Republicans, the whole thing kind of had like this, like, yeah, let's just get you to bed, Grandpa. Like, we know you're not gonna do shit. Like, that kind of energy. And look, if you want people to cheer, for you executing political opponents, like, maybe don't like give them a cool ass nickname like the Seditious Six. It sounds like a cool ass Quentin Tarantino movie about like rogue political agents plotting to overthrow a fascist government, which establishment, like corporate owned shit-lib Democrats most definitely are not. So like the branding is not a helping. He's just off his game. Between that and calling Marjorie Trader Brown, it's like, dude, you're washed. Like, this is done. You've lost the magic. And obviously Fox News is out there saying like, Trump did nothing wrong because do you have any idea how difficult it is for a senile old man to pronounce seditious with Bill Clinton's cock in their mouth? Like, so this is a senile manifest. Like, we have no idea what he was actually trying to say, He probably meant to say, like, salacious. All right, Democrats are being salacious. Like, I want to hang with Democrats because they're salacious, like, in a cool, sick kind of way. Like, that's all he was trying to say. He was being bipartisan, like... But libtards will never miss a chance to weaponize what the president literally said. It's disgusting. Facts are tearing this country apart. Like, let he who has not accidentally called for the execution of political opponents while bottoming big, beautiful Bill cast the first stone. That's what I say. Truth be told, though, I do look forward to, these traitorous... that traitorous, seductive bastard, Mark Kelly, being brought to justice, by the fiercest prosecutor the Department of Justice has to offer. Miss Trial herself, Lindsay Halligan. And, sure, like, the Comey case is dismissed, but, Yeah, she might still win the case. As soon as the trial moves to the swimsuit portion, she's got this in the bag. And we want to be optimistic for her, but like it did not help that her opening statement to the grand jury sounded like, Miss South Carolina being asked about world peace. Like, I personally believe that the way to achieve world peace is by prosecuting anyone Donald Trump doesn't like. Counselor, can you please just state the final version of the indictment for the jury, please? If I could do one thing to change the world, I would reform the federal justice system so that I could easily execute all of Trump's enemies.
She really got confused at the end. She got totally lost. They asked her a question. She go, "I'd like to phone a friend."
Like, she walked in on the first day of trial like, what? No one else is wearing their sash?
She walked in. They started playing "Crazy Right Now" by Beyonce.
I heard she's actually devastated. She's not going to get to see the jury, raise their scorecards during sentencing. So I feel for her. In some incredible news, and this is more of a hometown thing, but I talk about El Paso here and there where I'm from. There was in some incredible news, my childhood hero, Charlie Kirk, is in my hometown, El Paso, Texas. And I just want to publicly thank, the God-fearing MAGA patriots at the local gun shop for this beautiful mural, and for the death threats the nephew of the owner has been sending me on Instagram. That's a very nice touch. but above all, thank him for reminding us, how much Charlie loved hollow points around the neck area. It doesn't matter. I'm sure I'm taking the mural out of context. But yeah, we will always remember my childhood hero, Charlie Kirk, as the great American statistic that he became. A proud bullet point in freedom's PowerPoint.
Always gunning for a brighter future.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, now immortalized as a mural that doubles as a ballistics chart. Like, seriously, do you guys like this guy or not? I wouldn't put my worst enemy on this fucking mural. It's brought to you by the same dumbasses that painted the border wall black. He just looks miserable. Yeah. He looks miserable in this mural, which is why, I had my Uncle Chewy go out there a couple weeks ago and just help them redo the mural as a public service. Like, he even gave Charlie a fade. All right. Incredible work. Truly phenomenal. And in case you're wondering, he did collaborate with the woman that fixed up the Jesus mural at the Vatican.
I haven't seen finer artwork since my daughter was in the first grade.
So the owners of the gun shop, they left a comment on the video and they said, we are sad to see that the mural we commissioned upset you so much, which obviously it fucking didn't. Video was, fucking hilarious. Maybe the greatest piece of comedy made maybe ever, and they said, we would like to invite you into our shop to have a civil discussion about it. Like, are you fucking threatening me? What? Like, what do you think's gonna happen if I go in there, Tony?
Hi, this is the North Koreans. We'd like to invite you into the demilitarized zone all by yourself. If you wouldn't mind crossing the 38th parallel unarmed, what are they going to debate? So there's people who like Charlie Kirk, and there are people who didn't like Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was shot. It's unfortunate. I think it's sad that I can't talk about Charlie Kirk without first going, no one should ever be shot. All right, that's already a given. No one should be murdered, So, but yeah, you almost have to do it now, or people will go loopy. But I don't know when you're going to debate with these people because it's about the mural.
I'm just sad that this guy would, send me death threats rather than, engage me in the marketplace of ideas like Charlie would have wanted. Like he's just letting his hero down. And then, as you guys saw, I then I didn't load this graphic, but I put the same mural on the side of a strip club, and holy shit, did that fire these people up. Well, all right. I hope everybody had a lot of fun, talking about God. We covered a lot today. But until next time, guys, I hope everybody had fun. We'll do it again in 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that.